Hey everybody, how's it going? I have actually had a relatively simple setup day. It's a miracle. I think it was just because maybe I started early or I don't know. But no problem, so that was nice. I hope everybody's doing well. We had a little rain this overnight. I didn't really, the ground was wet is all I saw. Nikki said she heard thunder and stuff, which is very rare for Southern California, but it was a warm storm, so maybe that's why. It's not much cooler. But we filmed yesterday, had a good time, and hopefully everything will turn out okay on it. It was good. We had Aaron over and stuff as well, which was great. So I worked on Harley Quinn a little bit more. It looks pretty cool. There's probably a few things I could do more. I'm not going to go too crazy. But I do have a tiny bit more to do. I have to finish the barrel, the metal band on the barrel. I want to do a little bit more shading to that. And it turned out pretty neat. I'm really quite happy with the end result. Her face looks pretty good. I did spend a little bit of time on that mouth the other day. I have not touched it since then. It could probably use a little tiny bit of, I mean, I don't know. Does she have perfect lipstick? I don't know. I did get the compressor. It showed up while I was streaming the last time on Tuesday. And so it's a gallery, G-A-A-H-L-E-R-I. I paid a reasonable price for it. I got it. So there's a lot of content creators out there that have discount codes, and you can save 10% on it. It is, I don't know if it's an introductory sale anyway, but you can put another 10. And there's even more if you are a gallery regular, meaning like you buy stuff. I think I have points and stuff, but I don't, I mean, I don't need that much. I don't need more airbrushes. I have plenty. They do have paints now that could be pretty cool. Let's zoom in a little bit on that. Let me check something here though as well. But the crazy thing about that compressor is it has oil that you have to do. And you know, that's common for quiet compressors. And so I don't really have a lot of experience doing that. So I mean, I won't use it nearly as much as you need to use it to require actually putting oil in regularly. It says 200 hours. I mean, goodness gracious. And that's the problem. That's really the big problem with buying the compressor. But I think I'm going to do more. The new not start of the weekend. Hey, Thursday night. Thanks, seriously. So yeah, I don't know that I recommend getting it. Its cost is a little prohibitive. You know what? I think I need to put a little bit more red on her lips. And that will just lead to problems, but I will try. But I mean, it's a really good, it's not as, 100% is not as quiet as it should be. But Nikki's like, it's so quiet. I'm like, yeah, the thing is it uses a refrigerator motor, and there are some refrigerators that make no noise. I mean, you know, the tiniest amount of noise. And that's part of the issue. But it's okay. It's just that it claims that it has under 40 dB. But it does not. I mean, maybe at some point, Boy, I told you I'd make a mistake here. Let me see if I can clean it up. That's what I get. Do not fiddle with this stuff. You're better off being satisfied with what you had. I actually worked on the eyes a little bit more too earlier. So I spent about another 45 minutes on it. And I'm pretty satisfied. It's one of the nicer minis I've painted recently. I did not do any of the fluorescent shading, and I still may do that. I'm not sure that it's necessary. I mean, you know, there's definitely lighting effects that are not here. Oops, not in focus. But I'm really pretty satisfied with the paint job. It's going to look neat. So, let's get the paint. I do have it out. So this, this is a great silver. It's very silvery. I mean, this is the silver on here. See if you can see it. And it's thin. You know, it's designed to go through an airbrush, but it's pretty awesome to paint with. And I do love I have also some, I don't have the silver, and I think that's why I didn't buy. Oh, hey, it is silver. Oh, this one's steel. Steel maybe is brighter than the silver, because I'm not blown away with that silver. But I'm going to use this polished silver that's a little darker to do some shading in between the rivets and maybe around it. Yipes. I didn't shake it. But it's a fun mini. It really is neat, and it's not that terribly hard to paint. There is a little bit of reaching in between things, which I wished that you could assemble it, but I don't even know what glue they use. Maybe super glue? I don't know. It is not a plastic cement, because I've actually tried to fix something, I think, with the glue, and that did not work. I also want to paint a little bit of the frilly stuff on her wrists. I tried to make that work, but it's like right up front, it's too pale. Yipes. So before I paint the silver, since I'm going to be in that same area, let's try to paint that white. And the compressor, I'll tell you the downer is, I mean, it'll probably be cheap again. They generally have sales. So, but it's like $650 normally, and to get it at $500 is pretty great. Especially because the one I probably really wanted, I looked at a bunch of them. The one I really wanted is from a company called Silent Air, and I believe those are made in Italy. And I thought about it. There is one that's probably cheaper than the gallery one is regularly, but it doesn't have as large a tank. It's one of the things I want is, I would love to have a 2-gallon tank, but it's a 1.5 gallon tank. So it's 6 liters. It actually has 2 tanks. It's pretty cool. You could run multiple pieces of equipment. You can run an air tool, you know, like a nailer or a sander, which is really cool. And that was kind of what pushed me over the edge, because the other one I have, which is not that bad, I just flipped it, heads or tails. I don't know what it landed. But it's not that bad, but when you have it stop, and it was basically, it would run, you do 4 nails, because we were doing some cabinetry stuff here. You do 4 nails and then it's running again. And that's a 2-gallon tank. So this one may not do it, I don't know, but the pressure is really, it goes really high. It goes to almost 120. Should be pretty good. What am I seeing? Oh, those are her fingers. I still don't have that right. Yipes. Well, I could try. I don't love it. Did I put that? No, I did not put that red away. Nikki went and had her hair done today, and her stylist was not there when she arrived and had forgotten. So she had to wait. So she had a long day, and it's not close. It's not like close for her to come back. And she used to have a place here in Burbank, which is near to us, and she gave that up. Oops, a long time ago. Well, you know what's going on there is hammer. That also probably would help if I just painted that. Hey, the paint's still a little there. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm really getting it out of the shot here. We were gonna stream, I think we would have been streaming games already, but Derek is away. He is going to I think he's going to a Ghost Galaxy event, which is, do you know when Harley made her debut into the world? I mean, I know it was I believe it was in the late 80s or early 90s, because I think she was part of Paul Dini's Batman stuff. So she was actually, I believe, a TV thing first. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, obviously, she feels like she's been around forever, but I don't know if that's true. But I believe that is the case. She was not not a comic book character originally, which is really cool. But what a cool character. And Nikki loves the Margot Robbie stuff. Okay, so I want to paint. I did an interesting job on the, it's basically a dust cloud from her hammer hitting the floor. And I'm satisfied with it. It was harder to do than, you know, they brush it, they do it fully with standard acrylics. So it looks pretty good. Oops. Actually, let me look that up since. Yeah, there you go. 1992. Yep, for the Batman the Animated Series, which I've seen those a long time ago. But that's crazy. I mean, it feels like she's been around, the character's just been around forever. Hey man, other things are causing me to get out of focus. So I've got, is that paint dry? It probably is. Yep. It's been a little while. I painted it up a little bit a little while ago. Joker's favor. Cool. That's awesome. I did not watch it live. This was, I think, before I met Nikki, so I didn't watch any TV before. I mean, when I was younger I did, but I didn't watch any TV when I, till I think the early 1994. But I did watch that stuff later on. I did enjoy the Dark Knight stuff, so. Eesh, trying to throw it around. Oh, this brush, man. It's getting tired already. It's a tight angle there. It's a bunch of those doing the plumes of dust, smoke. I think it's dust. I kept hitting places I did not want to hit. I was kind of bummed, but it's fine. That looks cool. I might do a little bit of highlighting on the hammer. Paint. Cool. 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 What was on the menu today, food-wise? I have had almost nothing to eat today. I will get something after dinner. I was working on a lot of stuff, trying to get. We have quite a few episodes that, well, for us anyway, that we have in the queue that are not set up in projects yet, and they'll be done. We'll get them going here, and they should be getting edited here soon. Oops. Music sounds great. I wonder if we should. Derek's talked about putting it offline, you know, downloading stuff and then running it from the computer, and I'm sure the computer could do a better job. Oy, keep missing the trash can. So the Hush has looks like a leather coat. Let's see here. Don't get calorie. Yeah, I know. I had some nuts and stuff like that, but I just haven't had much. Let's see here. So yeah, Hush. Looks like he's wearing a leather coat. It's got a couple different tones, like the collar and the belt. Let's get him out here. I do need to, I'm going to let this dry. I probably will varnish it today and then paint the base. Brushes always distract from the focus. But yeah, it's cool. So Hush, a character I don't know. Don't know anything about him, but I mean I do, because it tells you that he was tried to kill his parents for their inheritance. I guess he was going for a Batman thing. I don't know. Family size M&M minis. I don't have a lot of candy. So he has dark pants on, it appears. But I'm going to start with his. I guess he's wearing a gray. So once again, I'm probably using my Basilicanum gray, which I know is sitting here. I have not put it away, which I should have. I said confidently. It's definitely here, though. I don't see it up above. As a matter of fact, Black Templar should go back. Oh, there it is. I did put it away. I guess I put it away the other day. Okay. Well, I'll mix it up. What is he standing on? Oh, it looks like some plating or something. I don't know what happened to him. He's, you know, wrapped in bandages. Thomas Elliot was a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne and a sociopath that attempted to kill his own parents to inherit their massive fortune. Fortunately, his mother was saved by Bruce's father, and Elliot spent. Oh, he wasn't doing a Batman. He was doing it before. Not that Batman killed his parents. And Elliot spent years taking care of her. His resentment grew over the years as Bruce inherited his parents' fortune after their murder, and Elliot believed Bruce was to blame when his plan failed. Now he seeks revenge on Bruce, concocting elaborate schemes to torment and outwit him. Super exciting. I'm eager to see what they do with the characters in the game. The villains are the cool stuff. Ouch. I am running out of the contrast medium. I need to buy... I actually don't need to buy some more. I need to use the next bottle that I have, but then I probably should order one because I tend to go through it the quickest of all of the stuff that I have. Where is that paintbrush? Oh, it's right there. No, is it? Let me put the silver back. It is, I think. I felt like the one I was using had maybe this has to be it. Okay. Let's start with silicon gray. Probably not much. When I was at the Pinhole Museum, they were trying to get people to buy capsules that were made using a special flocking and glue method. The creepy little capsules, creatures in the capsule looked a little creepy. Okay. There was a sign that said it was the last batch ever to use this method from a factory in China. Okay. I wonder what that has to do with pinball. Yeah, I'm going through this silicon gray too. It's got a groovy medallion. Ooh, let me close that paint. Even with it on the stand, I don't trust it. I might actually varnish both Batman and Harley to put the varnish on it, the airbrushing varnish. I've not done that in a long time, and I've really only ever done it a few times. I just want to see the end result. I did fiddle with the location of the camera, but still don't think it's correct. But it couldn't, the way it's mounted above, it could not be too far from the original setup, so. And I don't feel like I have the mats here that I'm painting on move that much. Maybe a half an inch, maybe. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I've not been to the Pinball Museum for probably 10 or 12 years. Maybe a little less. But not much. I'm wondering if it's flesh tone. There's like he's wrapped and then there's this little bit of stuff here that's visible. And I'm gonna assume it's flesh tone. Wow, that paint is drying fast. Hey, Epic Cheese TV. Are you in New Zealand? Eesh. Giving him little bunny teeth right now. He's got bigger, well, in the sculpt here, he's got bigger teeth on the bottom than on top, which is not how it looks in the example on from the campaign. Eesh. Thumb in focus. So his bandages kind of look greenish, but he also has some flesh tone. So I'm going to do, I think, look kind of pinkish, but I'm going to go with, maybe he's been burned. What does it say here? I'm going to treat it like flesh. There's just a little band of stuff on each side of his teeth here. And before, you know, underneath the bandages. So I'm going to do it flesh, which is not 100%. So I don't need the, well, I could use, I might need the gray, but I need the wildwood maybe. I need the Gilliman flesh. And I'm probably going to use Plague Bearer flesh mixed with something here. a very thinned out version of it to try to do the bandages. It needs the tiniest amount of flesh, so I don't think I'm gonna go crazy here. It's not very pale, the paint here. I almost feel like I should have done more on Hush before painting. I was going to do Joker today, but I did not have time to actually work on his, on the primer. Did anybody get a chance to watch the new GameNight? It's Finspan, which was fun. We did not play it right away. I mean, it came out this year, but I hadn't played, I'm not sure about Nikki, but I had not played Wingspan since probably 2019. I mean, we did it on the show that year. And I think I played it again one other time. And I'm not even sure where. I'm like, why did I play it without Nikki if she only played it once? But I'm pretty sure I played it twice. Okay, I can put the flesh tone back because I won't need that probably for the next few minis since Joker has white makeup on. Okay, so the green. Oh yeah, it needs a lot of mixing on this one. I haven't used it for a little while. I'm not really sure about the green, but it seems like that's the color. But I'm going to really make it a subtle green. Mostly probably a brown. I would really like to get through these pretty quick here. I'm not trying to go too fast because, so yeah, you can see some of the pigment stays. You know what I do have, well, it's not really worth it. I do have a mixing ball in there. Does have, looks like dark leather gloves on as well. Interesting. So I'm going to try to use this. I am disappointed there about that stuff at the bottom, but it's only some, and I believe it was there before. So put some contrast medium down. Into the fidget popper here. You can't see it. I've got, that's okay. It'll zoom in on it, but put it here. Did I put away Wildwood? I did not. Not sure if that's what I want to use though. We'll see here. I might just go with the gray and put the smallest amount of the there's not a ton, but I do think I need to mix a little more. I've been basically trying to go a little bit more than I need, and I don't mind so much if I go over a considerable amount, but I'm just not, you know, I don't like wasting paint. I don't really know, you know, we have, I don't know if this would be toxic, right? We have to, I'm not even sure that it's latex that's toxic, but we have, when we put away cans, I mean, when we discard them, we have to take them to a hazardous waste thing. And I'm not really sure why. It's pretty green. We'll go with it here. If it's, they may mean that you have to worry about enamels, you know, VOC paints. And we don't have a place close to us. We used to have one that was like once every month, I think, and it was great because we had e-waste, we had paint, cans, and stuff like that. I mean, when we moved into this house, we were already dealing with a lot because they left a bunch of paint and oil, and it was kind of gross. So somebody like changed the oil here, but didn't get rid of the oil. Paint or the waste oil. I mixed a lot, but I will probably do some layering here for sure to bump it up. It does dry pretty quick, but it's a little slow. And I do not want to put any on until I have that Yipes. Okay. Wait, I have some here. Let me see if it's usable. Hey, Nick P. It is a cool guy. I don't know anything about Hush. But he is the character that this box is named after. Oops, he's out of focus. Toothpicks in focus. Goodness, I really think I need to. Ugh. Too wet. Cool, okay. Now this is the challenge. One is it must be more like snake bite leather, and then one is more like Gorgrunta fur. So I will do the same thing. I will build it up a little bit. It might not even be really a different color. It's just to give the body of the jacket a different look than the collar and the belt. But oops. Hold on. I need a lot more of this brown. Actually, I probably should clean up. Hey! Thanks so much for the follow. I'm not really sure why I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Who knows? But thank you for the follow. I'm here painting Hush today. Okay, we'll put, I did it over here. So this is going to be the collar, the belt, his necklace, or his choker, or whatever the heck he's got going on there. Collar, belt. It looks like it's only the inside collar of it. I don't know. sticking to everything. It's way more humid than normal. My hand is sticking to everything. Leave it be. First time seeing you live, watch GameNight videos all the time. Thanks so much, Bishop Aries. Did you check out our FinSpan episode today? It was pretty good. We had a lot of fun. We stream live board games as well. We'll be streaming Tuesday morning California time next week, and then I guess I'm not really sure how I'm going to structure it. We usually go so we're not trying to learn 2 games in 1 week, so I'll have to figure that out. Maybe painting again next Thursday. I mean, believe me, I'm eager to be sitting down to do this because I would really love to get this done. It's got 8 figures total in the set, which is small for a main base box. They usually have 10, but a lot of expansions have just 6 minis and stuff like that. But I'm hoping we can film this soon. Really a lot of paint on here, and it was thinned a good amount, but obviously not enough. I feel it's a little, I mean, it looks about right as far as the intensity I wanted to go for. Haven't seen the newest one yet. Hey Zacho. Dave's doing okay. I talked to him, I think, a week ago now. I do not know if he's going to make it down. He does a once or twice a year thing with folks that he's gone. It was really roller coaster trips for the longest time, but they do other, like, more museum stuff and things like that. Now, they always did that, but he did go do that, which is really good. I'm very happy for him because I know he had to miss out on their trip, I think earlier this year, to Japan, and that was unfortunate. As Dave has not been back since he was a baby. But maybe another time. It was a downer. I know he was disappointed. But he's doing okay, and his mom's doing actually pretty good, but you know, she is You know, like my mom is getting, she's doing good, but she's just having more, you know, troubles. It's a little harder to do things. Hey, I got paint here. I think that's brown paint from Now. So I'm going to touch that up so that it doesn't look weird. I mean, it might look weird. Anyway, I'm hoping not. Let me let this dry before I make too much of a mess. I really wonder how I did that. I must have just done it. But it's pretty dry, so who knows? But we miss Dave. We have not seen him since March, I believe, when he was down here last. He might have been down here another time, but he sometimes has to come for a real quick thing. But I don't know if he takes his mom. He just can't leave her alone. So on that trip, he had a friend came and took care of his mom, which was very nice of her. But it was good to talk to him because I really haven't talked to him very much. He had asked me, he was telling me something, oh, that's right, you don't know. I'm like, yeah, Dave, I haven't spoken to you for about 6 months. I don't try to pressure him because I know he's busy. But I'll message him and see how he's doing and this time he actually decided to call me. So, you know, we do the Advent calendar stuff, and he and Deborah wanted to do all of those. And I believe I think what happened was we did some with Mike, and maybe just Nikki and I, and then Deborah and Dave got involved, and that all took place in almost entirely in December. We did film a tiny bit in November. I would much prefer to actually film as much of it before December as possible. It's hard to do in December for us, but we did it every year. Then every year the dream is to do it sooner, but we'll see. Derek was like, you better buy, he's like, you better buy it in August, I think is when he said, really is when they start to go, the Advent calendar stuff. But I didn't buy it till, I think, maybe the end of August, I think it was the end of August. So I have next year's. So the one I ordered is, I believe this year's. Actually, no, maybe, I think we're off by at least a couple. We try not to spoil it. No, I think last year's was the one that we're doing this year, so always give everybody about a year. And then they can see how we did comparatively. I felt last year's was easier. I certainly didn't have a lot of trouble. We had a couple of them that we didn't get quickly, but some of them were kind of obvious. We shall see how it goes this year. I do hope that Deborah can do it. But she is busy right now. Whew. Yeah, it was actually kind of, so when we film, like I have some creased off episodes in the can. I try not to burn through all of them right away when we film, and sometimes we just have to because we just haven't been able to get folks over all at the same time, or just other things. So like this, once we came back from Gen Con, we did not get COVID, but a lot of folks around us had gotten COVID. And so, and then Nikki's parents, maybe, I mean, it seems like that they didn't go to the doctor about it. They did, her dad did test, but her mother did not test positive. And so it kept delaying things, and we didn't want to get other people sick. Amanda, you know, she helps her mom, and so she's more concerned about it than we are. I mean, we're concerned. I don't want my mom to get it. My mom still has not had COVID, and she's very worried if she does get it. So I'm very concerned about, you know, making sure we don't make people test. We just make sure everybody seems, you know, that, like, please let us know if you're not feeling great, and then we'll just do it another day. I don't think Aaron's actually had COVID either. So there's a few of us, and I don't think Dave has. Yeah, it's a bummer. Did I hit the belt all the way around? It sure looks like I did. He's got his robe on. It's not really. I think I'm going to put a little bit more contrast medium into that and thin it a little bit so it doesn't go so dark so quickly on this next coat I'm going to do. I saw they're going to do a Muppet show, like a one-off Muppet show. I'm excited to see that. It's been a long time. Of course, it hasn't, Jim Henson, you know, he hasn't done any of them, so I'm not sure. I mean, I don't believe Frank Oz does it anymore, which is too bad. He is great too. You know, I didn't paint his other boot. What a bonehead. Okay. Yipes, I'm trying to drop this. I tend to make a mess when I do it. Okay, well, let's see. I am not certain that I am going to like, maybe I do a mix. I'm not really sure how the snakebite leather looks. It looks like it's that color on the front. Ah, it is velvet, huh? How did GameNight get start, and how did you guys get involved with BG? So this is Zako's asking over on Twitch. We actually met Scott at BGG Con 2006. Dave was running a puzzle hunt. We had planned on going, actually. I mean, we were really going to go when he was going to be doing the puzzle hunt. But I actually almost went in 2005 because that was the first year, and I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Let them just figure it out, and we'll go next year. And so, but we went, and we met Scott right away. We were there early, and we helped them. Dave was prepping for the event, and we were stuffing badges and stuff like that, and we chatted with Scott and became friends. And then in 2009, he asked if we'd be interested in helping out with their BGG's first trip. So I helped out at the cons, and then we were helping out with the first time they were going to go to as a booth, as a company to Spiel. And so we'd always wanted to go to Spiel, of course, for several years. We'd been thinking about it. And so we went, and it was awesome. And we streamed. It was actually, we had no idea that we were going to do that. I literally came up with the idea because we knew Friedemann, and he had a new game. I'm like, you should just show us your new game on this video stream. I think we were using Ustream at the time, and we'll put it on the game page. Oh, I don't know. I was asking. Okay. It might be velvet. I'm just treating it as leather. It looks. I mean, it matches the color of his belt, the sash here, whatever. And it's a different color than the rest. So I think it could be, Nikki, you could be 100% right that it's velvet. I don't know. It does have like a pleated kind of thing going on here. Anyway, so we did that. Then the next year, it was a lot of work. We worried about a lot of stuff, and we didn't even have any tech. But we decided the next year to go and run a booth. And that was me and the other founding partner, Dirk, were the only people really active from BGG that went. We did have some help from others. Doug Garrett and his wife, Shelley, came for part of it and helped us, which is great because Shelley was on air a couple times. I mean, I had to be on air too. I was not thinking of doing that at the time. It was too much for me to focus and ask reasonable questions, but I had to do it sometimes. And then we did that year. Then we decided to go all in the next year and do multi-camera. Scott was very excited about that. And so we did a new machine that could stream multi-cameras through one internet connection, and we could switch, right? So it's essentially kind of the style that we use now for GameNight, but we don't film that live streaming. We just record with cameras. We actually record with the cameras that we first used for our live streaming. We didn't do it in 2011. We didn't do it in 2000. So we started in 2012. I'm trying to remember exactly how we did it. We went to, Scott asked us to do it. He's like, you guys should do it. You guys have a good gaming group. And so we were wondering, like, who would want to watch it, right? Who's going to want to watch that? Because, you know, Scott really likes, I don't think he watches that stuff anymore, but maybe he does sometimes. But he used to watch basic run-throughs of video games, like all the way. Wow, I am not sure I'm going to like this color. This is actually probably what I was looking for when I did the smoke, anyway, or the dust on Harley. And so, wow, this is going to be a lot more paint. So we went to Kubla Khan and talked with one of the folks from Geek Chic, which is unfortunately a defunct board game table manufacturing company. You know, they were all custom. We have the table we use as a Geek Chic table, and he had been helping with wow, I don't know if this is the color. With tabletop, they provided the tables for that, and he just was giving us advice, and we thought, well, let's go for it. And we went to Gen Con, I believe, that year, and we told Scott, we'll try filming the stuff. And you know, we were not gaming enough. Our gaming group we were not gaming enough because we were traveling more, and so we let me just do it under the collar and see what I got here. So we started filming in September, I think. And you know, I had to learn everything. I didn't know how to. I had done some editing, a little bit of stuff, but not really, and not like this. And Scott had to help me figure it out because it was, you know, we were in multi-camera from the get-go, and but the reason why we started it was we decided because we carried the gear. It was just easier for us to take it with us and bring it to the conventions. And so we're like, well, we have all that stuff. And so it was a good idea, you know, it was a use of the stuff for the rest of the year. And we had fun. So, you know, the first, goodness, a few years, at least 4 years maybe, we only did one episode every 2 weeks because I still had a full-time job, and I was editing it in the evenings, and oh boy, so when we had I was very afraid of having really long episodes, and we started to do some long episodes. It took me 2 weeks to edit those. And so that's where we got started on that. And then I came on full-time at the end of 2017. Scott wanted me to do it earlier, but I couldn't. The job I had, I was responsible for some stuff, and I took it over from somebody else that was retiring, and they were like, oh, it'll be 2 years. It'll be, the shortest amount of time. And it was a tremendous amount of time. It did not get finished. The software transition did not get finished until I left. I basically went to Gen Con and talked to my boss when we were done it, and I just said, hey, I'm going to be leaving because I didn't need the software that was I'm sure there's people working there that handle it, but it was mostly handled by another company. They did the development. I had to manage everything, so now it would be Oracle based and things like that. So she was very happy that I waited because I didn't want to have them. It's fine. I could have trained somebody, but I didn't want to have to do that and have them go through that for a short amount of time. And so, and they wanted me to stick around, but they didn't know what they wanted me to do. And so, then I went full time. Oh, I didn't touch that up. And we've been going since. So we hired Derek in 2019. And I think we went to weekly, not terribly, maybe in 2018, maybe 2019, I can't remember. But we were definitely capable of doing it with Derek editing, so that has helped. And that is what it was. We had we have fun doing it. It's work, don't get me wrong. But it's been good. We've had a good time doing it. Wow, I'm gonna run out here. I can mix more though for the next layer. I think I'll have enough to finish this. Ooh, got a wicket. Wicket good. So there you go, that's that story. And I'm not sure many people want to watch people play a long game forever, but we have enough of an audience, so that's pretty good. It's funny because people really seem to like the longer episodes, and those are hard. They're really, really hard to make. But so it's funny, I feel like our more successful episodes are often those longer games. Not always. Okay. It's okay. That looks good. I don't know if that got it on there very good though. And I will blend it a little bit and see what we get here. It does look green though, I'll tell you that snake bite. And it is a pretty good leather color. I like the... I'm not going to touch that. It is a gel now, I'm sure. I only got into a hobby a couple years ago, and I remember GameNight videos were the first ones I watched. Awesome. Thanks so much, Zago. Thanks for watching them, too. We really do love doing it. It's a little more challenging. Everybody's busy now. We haven't really seen Rusty much, and we really like to have him around too, but his job is crazy. I'm not even sure he still has that job. I don't know what's going on. So I'm hopeful we'll get to see him. I saw him not that long ago, but it's been a little while. Usually we'd see Rusty every couple of weeks, So that's a bummer. And then, you know, Deborah's busy, and Dave is busy, and Gabby's busy. We really love Gabby, so she's planning on coming next week, and I hope so, because we would really love to see her. This palette, man. Any of these shiny things, it definitely adjusts, focuses them. So they had something going on here where it was a darker lining like the other color in maybe like the fabric lining. So I'm going to do that. That's hard. And I'm making a mess. I almost don't know if I should worry about it. We've been really fortunate to have Daryl be free and interested in doing the show. He was the guy that got us into, I mean, I met Daryl through gaming. We started a game night. Me and my friend Nikki and I were together, and my friend Vince, who was neighbors with these guys, had a game night when we were teens, and we would go every Friday. And they were just amazing. They had so many games, and I mean, many, many more, I'm sure now. But when we ended up living near each other, he's like, "Do you want to do game night?" And Nikki was like, "Oh my gosh!" So we started doing board games, and I met Daryl through that. A friend of his, and was like, "Can I bring friends?" I'm like, "Of course." And so we've known them for 20-something years now. Oh my gosh, more than that. Now that I think about it, it's a lot longer. Probably known them since, oh my gosh, we're getting near 25, probably gonna be 30 years soon. That's just frightening. Anyway, and that's crazy. No, I can't even believe it. But yeah, we have a really great group, and we keep meeting other great people. We have some friends that want to come. We've had one couple that is, oh my gosh, I tried to knock that down. Of course, there's almost nothing left in it. So this is why you seal them back up. Anyway, they've been wanting to come for years, and I think it was just before the pandemic, and then, you know, didn't know what we were doing then, and then our biggest issue is booking people at the same time, but they can come together, and that would be just Nikki and I and them. Plus we've had Ambi. She came through town. She's from Southern California, but she lives up north. And she came through town and we were just busy. Like, I think that was health, actually, now I think about it. Somebody wasn't feeling good. It wasn't COVID. It was Nikki that wasn't feeling good. That's what it was. Man, I don't know if I like that color. I think it's too green. Now that's because it's probably going on the gray. And I want to match his face, so I decided to go for a greenish color. It's what the color is. It's more gray than I made it, but it's fine. So maybe I will do just the same color, but with a tiny bit of this other brown in it. It's funny, it does not look that green at all in the palette. I mean, if I went for the full color, I'd probably be fine. I mean, actually, I don't know. It's too dark. It'd be so dark, similarly dark as the other color that I'm doing here. Oop, little chunk of dried contrast medium. This is the other thing about these Citadel pots. I'm not a huge fan. No matter what I do. So when you open them up, might as well do it this one, there's barely anything. When you open them up, there's stuff in the lid and it drips and gets into the seal, and you can see that here. I mean, this is I'm almost through with this, but this is part of what's been drying and falling into the stuff. It's just, this is how the paint is, and it doesn't seal. It doesn't have to be 100% sealed, but you want it to be close because, number one, if it's even slightly open, it will dry out a little, and it will, wow, look at all that. It will, it could spill if you tip it, right? And then of course that's going to get it into the seal and everything else, but hopefully this will be dry in a moment and I can do what time is it? It is 7:21, not too bad. I usually call my mom every evening here. Trying to clean this out, and I don't even necessarily really need to. It's going to be empty soon, maybe even today. But it closes better when you do that, when you clean it out, for sure. Okay, is this dry? It's mostly dry, not 100%. The sleeves are really, ooh, I need to clean the brush. That might be better. Sorry, you can't see that. Oh gosh. So you do have to move kind of quick. when you're doing the large areas, because you need to work in like sections when you're painting, but sort of, but the contrast paint doesn't work as well as other paints do with this. You have a little bit more drying time. It's funny because you actually have lots of drying time, I feel, with contrast paints, but not when you're doing large areas, because you want it to be smooth as you can get it, you know, without like pooling. And if you're not careful, I can't even remember, I saw a video and they were saying that Games Workshop defined what you're supposed to do with when you're applying the paints. Like, oh, I think it's like you're supposed to be wiggling the brush, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I should go back and watch it. It was on, Lila Mev was talking about it on one of her shows. And it was definitely interesting. Now, I think I did it once and have forgotten exactly what the method was. But I was knocked out. Like, how do we not know that? It's so weird. Like, they don't tell us a lot. Oh, Living Mummy. Sort of. I don't know what the story is with him. I don't think he's... It's Hush. I mean, I don't know anything about the character. I should look it up on... I read the card that they had on the Game Found. But I should read some wiki or something and see what they say. Oof, wicking is really, you need to do it. But I'm excited. I'm now almost through 3. I mean, I have a good 45 minutes of this to paint at least still. Probably. But I'm not that far off. I am sad that I'm not painting 2 of every, 2 or 3 of every one of them, just so that I can, because I'm sure, Scott's going to want, well, he might not, I don't know. Yipes, okay. Did I get everything? It is not, it does look different. It looks more like what I wanted it to look like. I did add a tiny bit of the Gorgrunta fur to do this. But Nikki's probably right. It's probably a fur collar. Oh, I didn't get the collar. Speaking of collar, the underside of the collar. Ugh, this is not very smooth over here. It's kind of frustrating. It is leather, though. That's cool. Yeah, it was Hush. And DC, I don't really know. I mean, I had somebody on the stream who was like, they're shipping this? I didn't get anything yet. I'm like, no, this is a separate thing. And I don't know if we're going to get anything. I just don't know. They are delayed because it was supposed to be shipping now. And their financial situation is not great. I think they said they lost like 7 million in the first half of this year. Plus they're just selling everything. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's left. Obviously, they're keeping, right now they're keeping the United stuff. But, you know, they sold, is that split? They sold all of the Blood Rage stuff, so Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh. And then they also sold, I don't have any of the what is it called? Arcadia Quest. Scott has it. And I don't have any of that one. And those are really, they're neat minis. You know, it's their own IP, I believe. So they're similar to this. They're probably made by the same studio. Which is really awesome. I do have Arcadia Quest. I have all of that, or most of it. I might not have the some of the promos. I mean, I think I have a lot of it. Scott gave me that, actually. Okay, now I'm now looking for a standard brown paint, and I don't know that I've got anything in here. Mulled berry, fur brown. That is not it. Leather, more leather. Well, let's try this one. Wow, it's stirring up, but we'll see. I have not opened this bottle for ages. I mean, I bought this 20 years ago. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 18 bottles of this. I don't know how many they did. I've never even opened this bottle. Do I want to open this one? I might as well. It's made by the same people that used to make GW stuff. Same bottles. P3, I don't know if P3 is still made by them, but I imagine they might be. Let's see. Hey, it's stirred up a little, at least. Let me do it upside down. I mean, I've had some paints that have coagulated. That looks cool. It's very dark on the back, but I knew it was going to be because I did not spray as much white. I don't know what I was doing, because, you know, I wanted to get his wraps lighter, but I didn't worry about it too much, because it's not necessarily that hard to do without. Because I could have just painted stripes of it. Where was that bit? Oh, there it is. You know what? Isn't visible. Not a worry. Okay. really have the worst luck with the white. I'm putting the smallest amount on and I'm still getting like caking, and this is 2 good ones. I'm using both the Vallejo game colors and the paints from Proacryl. Come on, focus. You can't have the brushes in there, man. It does not want to focus on that. Just want to do a little bit on, like his necklace is woven. Let's see where we're at. So this is probably snake bite leather-ish. This color here from Nitro, which I don't even know. They're Cell, and I think Cell is still around, but I don't think Nitro's around. Wow, good luck opening it. There we go. I think it's there. I wonder if this will help work. I don't think so, though. Nope. I don't have a stand. I do have one that might work, because this is definitely could get spilled. But this, if this was snakebite leather, it'd be like the older snakebite leather. And this is, you know, the one I'm using is not a standard acrylic. It's a contrast paint, so it doesn't have the same properties. Okay, that looks kind of cool. And that paint is good. And it's 20 something years old. Now it's not like the new stuff. Very cool. Okay, didn't do his boot. I don't know if the paint is still, yep, paint's okay. I don't have to go too crazy because you can't really see it unless you're looking at it like this or on the side, which I can do that. Maybe. Yipes. That's tight. Okay, back to the little bit more of that brown. Look at that though, there is some dry paint in there. Really not that bad though, goodness gracious, for 20-something years. I don't love these pots either, but they're better than, look at that. They're better than the current GW ones, unfortunately. And they, you know, there's no incentive to change them. They're not terrible, but they're not ideal. Interesting. Yeah, I really should be trying to use all these. The yellow's not great. That's the one it's another color that I often will buy to see if it's a good color. That's pretty cool. What was the other one here? Flesh. So I want the basilicanum, which I put away. It's mixed. I'm going to put a little bit of contrast medium in. Really getting to the end. But I think I will go another painting session before getting rid of it, or running out. But it's closing better now, so it's so frustrating. I don't even really have the bottle open that much to paint, so I'm not sure that maybe just the amount that I do is enough to that it causes it to flow into the lid seal. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I love the leather gives you some of the shading, you know, the folds of it are really, the details of the model are really nice. I'm not sure this is light enough. I think it's some sort of metal, but I don't know. There you go. Looking pretty good. So I need to prime more. I have the Joker. I'm just not 100% certain I have what I want. So I need, as far as the priming, I'm also disappointed there's like more mold lines than I had seen. It's hard. That had a hair on there. Looked like a piece of carpet, actually. Fiber. Fiber. Oh, you can't see it. But he's got some, you know, the spilling out there. I don't know if it's what he fell into in the Batman movie or what. That'll be interesting to paint. So here we go. We've got Harley mostly basically done. We've got Batman. He turned out neat. And we've got Hush. So 3 out of the 5. Wish I was a little further along. Is the silver still? Nope. Man, that stuff dries fast. I was going to touch up the wash that I did here. You know, to do a little bit of shiny on it. Nope. You get the bottle, though. I can sneak a little silver out of there. Not really ecstatic about these teeth. Let's see, I can do this without making a terrible mess. I'm making a mess. Kind of got Hulk teeth. Now he's got big gaps. What are the other 2 that I painted? Is that what you're saying? Or the remaining minis? There's a bunch more. I've only got 4 of them primed, but the other 4, I'll pull them out in a second. The other 4 are we have he is Superman controlled, so Poison Ivy's got him under control here, I guess. Where does it go? 118. Okay. Then we've got Robin. He looks pretty great. It's Tim Drake Robin, whatever that is. I mean, obviously one of the Robins. They're semi-disposable. Then we have Catwoman. version with goggles, which I guess the regular one in the game does not have goggles. And then we have Huntress. She looks pretty cool. So I need to prime these. I love the Spanish tile, so that'll be fun. I like when they do stuff like that. And they definitely do more of it now than they used to, which is fun. And then I don't know what the story is about. You know, there's a lot of minis in the real game, if it ever, not the real game, the main game, if it ever makes it. But there you go. That looks pretty good. I might come back with a little bit more highlights on the edges and stuff. Maybe give it a little bit of a rough edge. It's funny, this color and this color are two different colors, but they sure don't look it. Kind of do, but come on, focus on them. Too much other stuff here. Looks cool. Teeth aren't great. It's got chiclets on the bottom. It's funny because the teeth, you can see, I painted these little teeth up at the top. They're like baby teeth, lower teeth maybe. But in the picture there's 4 in the, I mean, you could try to paint it, I suppose, and then just paint new lines, but ugh. Anyway, let's see if there's someone we can raid. Ugh, my feet are stuck. Huh. Let me put that in the shot, I guess. Might as well, since I'm doing other things here. Nope. I never get the right one. Stream manager. I don't know, maybe Bonds is, it's kind of late. She's probably wrapping it up if she's streaming. Let me look here. Can't read this. We have Bored at Home's playing Tecton Dash. They've been going 30 minutes. I mean, I'm seeing football, Prime. Anyway, we're gonna raid Bored at Home. If you want to join in, go ahead and click on through. They are, looks like they're playing it on Tabletop Simulator, maybe. But say hello for me, and you guys have a great weekend. And we'll definitely be doing a board game stream on Tuesday and maybe Thursday. We'll see. I like to break it up so it's not twice in a week that we're trying to learn something. But you guys take care, and hopefully you're not in hot weather, and enjoy yourself and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Let's see here. Here we go. Well, not quite yet. Started the raid. Let me think what else is going on. I don't know. We definitely are. We're definitely going to be busy. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. And folks on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for all the chat. You guys have a great one, and I will see you again soon.